This episode will contain a jump scare somewhere in the middle and it may contain disturbing images, so be safe. Screw him, I want Pro on the video. Allow us to take you behind the scenes of Halloween Horror Nights. But first, I know what you're thinking. And one time I went into an escape room and then for 6 months I couldn't sleep and now I'm afraid of flashlights. I wish I were joking. So to answer your question, no, I'm not entering the haunted house. But you know who will? My trusty camera person. Okay, maybe not. We're sending our colleague Azim. I'll take it.
Yeah, yes. One more. It was actually scary. Okay, thank you so much. Have a nice day. I walk into a wall. No signages, walk into a wall. Pain. Bye-bye.
Makeup looks for performers are first designed by a team of makeup artists, designers, producers, before they decide on how they should look. And that is also true for this makeup look. Just kidding, if I had a team working on me, I wouldn't look like this. But what other considerations need to be made in order for the performers to look as scary as they do?
We need to consider or prioritize scare actor or performer's safety and, of course, comfort. It's a long event, it's a long night. They need to eat, they need to drink. Those are the things that we need to consider in creating their looks or, considering what types of prosthetic to be used.
That's actually hilarious because I imagine like a ghoul or something with full makeup and she's just drinking a Just Tea from a packet.
Yeah. It happens a lot,
Really?
though. It happens a lot. Of course, backstage, but people doesn't need to see that. We use different types of blood. We have like liquid blood. This is one of my favorite blood, in fact, which is a blood capsule. And of course, we have the blood paste or the coagulated blood.
So if you wanted to design someone who just came out of wisdom tooth surgery, which blood would you use? The answer is coagulated blood. But besides makeup, there's also costumes to pay attention to because it just wouldn't have the same effect if everyone was wearing ruby shoes and a skeleton dress.
So this is the Serpentine Spirit. The actual Thai costume pieces are from a Thai vendor. This mask, which is silicone, has been produced in-house by the costume tech department and then it gets finished off by the hair and makeup department. Of course, all of these things need to be able to be laundered, and obviously it's Singapore, it's incredibly hot, so you need to think of the performer at the same time. We can do anything.
Anything. You can turn me into a snake.
We could, yes, absolutely. Give us a couple of hours.
While a walkthrough of a haunted house can take you maybe 5 to 8 minutes, the scare actors that jump out at you have to keep jumping out at you for 45 minutes at a time. So it's 45 minutes work, 45 minutes rest, 40 minutes, and that you do 5 of them.
Peak nights we'll do 5. Non-peak nights we're doing 4.
But this is a stamina job, huh?
Yes.
But besides stamina, what does it take to become a good scare actor?
Stamina, stay hydrated, high energy, have passion for it, and have fun. And be in character once you step into the haunted house or your scare zone. Yeah, you cannot then after that you tired. Then yes, get up. Yeah, so you need to be all out. Please come and experience it. Thank you very much. I love y'all.
You don't even know who they are! But how does one become a good scare actor? Like, is there a scare actor class? Well, it turns out the answer is yes.
I'm in charge of the content as well. I help create a lot of the houses and the shows here, but I'm also work really closely with the scare actors. I go on site, I teach them how to scare properly, what to do, what not to do, to make sure that the guests get an effective scare.
Hello.
People react differently to being scared. Some cry, some laugh, some actually lash out and try to attack. So the first thing we teach is safety. Always keeping a safe distance, usually an arm length away, so that way if you were to scare and someone tries to swipe at you, you won't get hit. Then it's all about timing. A lot of times people just want to just jump and scare, but The thing that's most scary is the unknown, not knowing when it's going to come. I mean, it just could come right now, right now. See what I mean? It just comes out of nowhere.
Aircon.
This is where I keep things in between my legs.
Ah, nice. Scenic design is actually a very essential part of storytelling. I hope by doing detailed and very authentic setup, guests will be engrossed by that, and then they will know, they will be unsure where the actors are coming from.
So it's immerse them in that atmosphere.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
when the
I
scare
want
comes,
them to be trapped like in a horror movie that they can't get out.
they're so ominous. Okay.
Safety is our first consideration. There's a specific height that we don't go below. Even though we do, we make sure it's all padded or cushions. We make sure there's no tripping of the things, and there's definitely emergency doors for those who are more of the faint-hearted. If let's say there's some mishap happening, there's always a first aider be on standby to look after their condition.
Because you guys spend a lot of time in here, right?
Yes.
Amongst all these sets and these
Yes.
scary things.
Yes.
Do you ever get scared?
Of course. I remember one time, it was my third year here, and I was looking for my designers at about 2 a.m. because my mind was to deliver and make sure we are on time, on track, and I just marched into the house, and there were no sound effects, there was no characters, it was just plain quiet darkness, and I was walking in, and I was calling their names, and then I realized to a point halfway through the house something is not right, and no, they were not in. So I text them, I called them, and they said they were actually on their supper break.
Oh no!
And that's where I got a bit freaked out, and I thought that I was the only one in the house, and I quickly took the nearest emergency exit and I just left.
You're right in the middle. I gotta get out.
Exactly. So sometimes it's not about the characters or the animatronics, it's just about the quietness of certain places.
So even the staff, even you guys, get scared by the still animatronics which are not moving.
Yes. I'm agreed that we got scared many times. But we have to put up a show, so we have to be brave and we have to tell ourselves, okay, they are just props.
Close. Ah! I hate this spot. Smelly, sial.
This year, instead of a specific theme, Halloween Horror Nights 9 decided to base their houses on what guests have said in their guest satisfaction surveys. More like guest scared-to-faction surveys. I'm sorry. So how are the events conceptualized each year? Let's find out.
It is actually a very, very long process for us. We start brainstorming from the 31st of October, which is when the curtains come down on Halloween Horror Nights the year before. Actually, nobody knows that, nobody can feel that, but I am tired. You know, when it comes to research, we do a lot of traveling. We go out of the country. There actually is a convention for haunted house owners in St. Louis. Yes, we go there. We find out about the latest technology, dummies, scare tactics, animatronics, and we bring them back to Singapore and we incorporate that into our houses as well.
So there's like a Comic-Con but for like horror.
It is a Comic-Con for horror. It's in St. Louis and it's called the Transworld Halloween Attractions Convention. Being the 9th year, the challenge is really how do we outdo ourselves. In the first few years, maybe you see long corridors, but now we really try and avoid long corridors. So if you walk through the houses, you see that everything is curvy, so that you do not know what's in front of you. So you can also expect that scares are not just going to come boo-boo on the left and right, but they might come from below, they might come from on top, they could even be stuns.
So every year you're gonna have to keep shocking them into being scared, and every year that makes your job a little bit harder.
It definitely does.
Yes, Safe.
Hope you enjoyed this behind the scenes look at Halloween Horror Nights 9. Don't just be scared by this face, come be scared by actual scary things here. Hi, if you enjoyed this video, stop adding me on Facebook. Instead, you should follow my Instagram. Don't add me on Facebook.